This country, you gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the wealth.
Yo, 148, 3 to the 3 to the 6 to the 9, representing the ABQ. What up, biatch? Leave it tone.
You all know exactly who I am.
I don't have a damn clue.
Yeah, you do. I'm the cook. I'm the man who killed Gus Fring.
Bullshit. Cartel guy.
Sure. Now, say my name.
Mr. White?
You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right.
Mr. White? Tight, yeah! Yeah, it's alright. That's it. That's it. That's it. This kicks like a mule with his balls wrapped in duct tape.
Those choices, no one else. And those consequences, they're coming.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Drunk Tank. My name is P. Rich from the Hatchet Boys, and yeah, I'm gonna review and discuss Breaking Bad Season 2. This is the 8th episode, but the first episode in Season 2. It's called 737. So, no dose. Okay, so yeah, just a recap from back to Season 1. The last episode from Season 1, no dose dies from Tuco beating him to death, and then you see, them leave. So now it opens up like where No Dose dies from Tuco getting beaten to death. So and Gonzo leaves to hide the body. Walt and Jesse are horrified by Tuco's violent outburst, as well as the mysterious appearance of an ominous black SUV that's parked outside Walt's house. Jesse resolves to shoot Tuco, but Walt has a more better plan involving poisoning Tuco with rice and beans. He's going to make poison out of the rice and beans. So leaving their hands clean, so they can't be traced if they were ever to do a autopsy on Tuco's body. They wouldn't be able to find out the actual cause from it. Man, very smart, man. Walt's a genius. I should say Heisenberg. Hank reviews the security surveillance footage of the warehouse break-in without realizing he is watching Walt and Jesse. Though he can tell they are inexperienced thieves investigating the junkyard. He finds Gonzo dead from a botched attempt to hide No Dose's body. Skylar tells Hank about Maria's shoplifting and learns she has already been receiving therapy. Jesse and Walt fears that they might get kidnapped by Tuco. Yeah, and that's basically how the first episode on season 2 goes. So now we're on the second episode called Grilled. So episode 9, but the second episode in season 2. Tuco takes Walt and Jess at gunpoint to a remote desert hideout where he takes care of his sick uncle, Hector Salamanca, a former drug kingpin who is he's in a wheelchair and he's incapacitated due to a stroke and can only communicate with a bell. Yeah, that's what I like about in You Better Call Saul. It goes all over that. The show, what happens to Hector, and so Tuco explains that Hank and the DEA have rolled his entire organization, unaware of Gonzo's death. Tuco believes Gonzo has ratted him out. Tuco now intends to take Walt to Mexico. He doesn't really want to take Jesse. I think he'd rather just kill Jesse and dump his body somewhere. And where they will cook meth for Tuco 24/7. Walt attempts to poison Tuco, but Hector sees what they're doing, and he starts ringing his bell, and he's trying to tell Tuco that they plan on killing him. Well, not so much that. They're trying to punk him, I guess. And Tuco grabs Jesse and throws him outside, and he's getting ready to shoot him with the assault rifle, and Walt basically tells him they were planning on poisoning him because he's a degenerate psycho basically. And then so Tuco grabs Jesse, and they're fighting on the ground, and Tuco has a handgun in his back, and Jesse grabs and shoots him in the belly. And then Walt grabs the assault rifle and turns it on Tuco. And he falls in like a hole or whatever, and they just um, basically say, let's just leave him there and let him bleed to death. Like,
Jesus, I don't want to die. No! Tell me what you did! We tried to poison you. We tried to poison you. Because you're an insane, degenerate piece of filth, and you deserve to die.
all right. But anyways, so meanwhile, Skylar is worried over Walt's disappearance, and after Hank reveals his suspicion that Walt has a second cell phone, remembers that Jesse had been supplying Walt with marijuana. Hank tries to track down Jesse. He tracks Jesse's car down to Tuco's hideout and gets into a shootout with Tuco, whom he kills in self-defense. Yeah, it's a great scene. I like this shootout. It's pretty good. Jesse's like low rider bouncing car going while they're like having the shootout. It was very well done. I really.
Jesse Pinkman. Hard man to find. Easy.
Really enjoy it. So that's the end of the second episode. So now we're on to the third one. And it's called Bit by a Dead Bee. So Walt and Jesse have to get back home and explain their disappearance. Walt forms a plan and they split up alone. Walt goes to a supermarket, removes his clothes, and wanders around the aisles like buck naked. So yeah, basically then he's in the hospital and he claims to have no memory of where he has been for the past few days. He had a fugue state. So now Jesse meanwhile returns to his house, and with Badger's help packs all the lab equipment into the RV and arranges it to be towed away. He then allows the DEA to find him in a hotel room at the Crystal Palace, and he's bumping uglies with Wendy. This whole fucking scene is hilarious because when Hank is interrogating Jesse, like Jesse's playing it cool, like he's not giving into any information or anything. He doesn't let anything slip. And Hank's like, shit. So let's get Wendy in here. And then he's like going on. He's like how he did before in season 1 with Walt Jr.
What, man? Tell me again. Again. What's there to tell? Okay, her and I were partying, that's it.
Since Saturday night? Partying for 3 days straight, huh? Just bumping uglies and smoking that crystal you got from Pal Tuco?
Taco, I don't know any taco, and I damn sure didn't say anything about no
For
Where's my root beer? Come on. I gotta pee and I got low blood sugar. I got medical issues.
medical issues? Like what kind of medical issues? A penis withdrawal? You got schlongus interruptus? You can do it, Wendy. Wendy. You know you want to go back to giving Wendy's, Wendy.
It's you. I know you. You're the one in the black truck. You wanted me to do that kid.
What?
The kid with the crutches. The football player.
How about we stay on topic?
Look, Jesse came over to the palace at 11 o'clock Saturday night. We were together the whole time and he never left the room. And that's all I'm saying about that.
And he's like, no, what? No. And Hank's partner is like, what? So yeah, Hank like kind of dismisses that. He's like tries to turn the subject like right quick, but he ends up telling Steve Gomez, Hank's partner, like that he was just showing Walt Jr. like the downs of like being a drug addict and stuff. So anyways, now they get Hector to identify Jesse. And Hector, yeah, he's not a rat. And so Hank's like doing his best to be like, was this guy at your house the other day? And Hector's not saying shit. And fucking so then Hector shits himself. Oh man, it's just fucking hilarious. So Jesse is freed, but the DA can like confiscates all Jesse's money. And that's basically the end of that episode. So now we're on episode 4. It's called Down. Walt and Jesse appear to be in the clear, but Jesse has no money and Walt cannot leave the house to cook meth without Skyler wondering where he is. Jesse's parents, who own his house, order him to like leave and leave him homeless. Jesse tracks down his hidden RV and spends the night in it. He like falls in the stupid like porta potty and he turns himself fucking blue like from all that fucking shit, the sewage shit or whatever in the porta potty. And he like goes in the RV and he's like just like crying himself to sleep basically. You feel bad for the guy. I know I kind of do. Well, like I kind of did. Yeah, Jesse's parents are dicks to like do that. Fucking, they're playing like tough love, yeah, but they're dicks about it. They leave him homeless. But what Jesse does to get back at them in season 3 is just awesome, man. So yeah. After Jesse spends the night in the RV, so Skyler's like suspicious of Walt's actions, including his denial of having a second cell phone. Skyler begins going out all day and refuses to tell Walt of where she is until he tells her the truth about what he has been up to. Walt continues to deny any wrongdoing after stealing his RV. After Jesse steals his RV from the impound lot, Jesse arrives at Walt's home and convinces him to give him half of their remaining money. And they end up like in a fight. And then Walt does end up giving Jesse like some of the money. So yeah, that's the end of that episode. Now we're in episode 5 called Breakage. So Walt continues his treatment and his condition improves, but he is concerned about the growing medical bills. Jesse begins to reestablish himself, paying off his debts and getting a new place to live. He develops an relationship with the landlord, the landlord's daughter, the girl that lives next door to him, Jane. Hank and the DEA come across the name Heisenberg, but are not sure if he is real or just an urban legend. Hank is promoted and appointed to take his career to a drug task force. Walt and Jesse resume cooking. Jesse is not keen on selling on the street corners and suggests he and Walt take over Tuco's role as distributor. He recruits his friends Badger, Skinny Pete, and Combo as dealers. Skinny Pete is ripped off by a drug addict named Spooge. Fuck, I hate that guy, Spooge, and his fucking skank wife. He's like, skank, skank, skanky, skank, skank. He keeps calling her fucking skank all the time. And she's like, hey, no skank. It's fucking hilarious. So, Walt tells Jesse that unless he does something about it, fixing the problem, if he doesn't retaliate for the people that stole the drugs and the money off of Skinny Pete, everybody's just gonna think Jesse's weak and they can just not pay him ever and just run all over him, right? So anyways, Walt gets Jesse to go track them down and demand the money and the drugs back. So Jesse and his crew are easy marks now, yeah, basically. So, and that's the end of that episode. So now the next episode, episode 6, called Peekaboo. Walt returns to work. Skylar receives a call from Gretchen Schwartz, and Skylar thanks her for paying for Walt's treatment. Gretchen does not reveal the truth, but Walt's bitterness at their past relationship, personal and business, comes out. In response, Gretchen calls Skylar and tells her that she and Elliot no longer can pay for Walt's treatment. Yeah, it's kind of funny, when they're Gretchen and Walt are in a restaurant, just kind of have a conversation about what's going on. Walt basically saying that he's lying to his family, telling that his family that they're paying for it, and he doesn't want to tell anybody where he's coming up with the money, and insurance isn't paying for it. He's basically telling her mind her own fucking business, and then he's just getting real bitter, and then she's kind of in a way asking for it, but he flat out says fuck you. I love it, man. It's just hilarious. Her reaction to it, man, is fucking funny. Then Walt covers by telling Skylar that Gretchen and Elliot are broke now and they can't pay for his treatment. Jesse decides to confront the couple ripped off Skinny Pete and discovers their young neglected son home alone. Yeah, I feel bad for this little kid. So Jesse bonds with their son until the drug addict couple come back with an ATM machine. So Jesse is held hostage by the couple. Later, the female addict kills her partner Spooge by dropping the ATM machine on his head when he's trying to get the money out from the bottom. And it falls on his fucking head, crushing his head, yeah. Jesse recovers the meth and cash from the ATM machine and calls the police and flees the scene. That's how that episode ends. So now we're on to episode 7. Walt has trouble getting in touch with Jesse, who has been staying at home since his encounter with Spooge. Jesse is also not providing product to his dealers, so Walt arranges to deliver it. He learns that the word on the street is that Jesse killed Spooge, and due to his new reputation as a cold-blooded killer, they're having no problem collecting their payment. So Walt decides that his time has come to expand their territory and put Jesse's new reputation to good use. Bad mistake. So Skylar decides to get a job and goes back to her old employer, Benedict, or whatever the fuck his name is. So Hank struggles to fit in at his new job in El Paso. During an investigation, Hank's task force comes across the drug informant is played by Danny Trejo. And man, I was like, yeah, fucking right. I love Danny Trejo's. Yeah. So anyways, they spot a turtle with Danny Trejo's head on the fucking turtle. And so they go down to get the tortoise and his head, but there's a bomb strapped to it and it blows up half of the DEA agent.
Vader, where are you going?
Need evidence back. Right, pretty big one.
What's the matter, Schrader? You act like you never saw a severed human head on a tortoise before. Welcome to
So now Saul tracks down Walt at the school and offers his services for a cut of profit. Yeah, you better call Saul. Now we're in episode 9. Yeah, there's a lot more episodes in this season. And this episode's called 4 Days Out. Walt is convinced that his medical condition is deteriorating. He continues to have coughing fits and is now coughing up blood. Yeah, he basically thinks his time's up now. After Saul calculates the numbers, Walt realizes that there's not much money left for his family. With an excuse of visiting his mother, Walt and Jesse spend a few days cooking meth in the RV. It's like a meth marathon cooking a lot of meth up. So during their trip, Jesse accidentally leaves the keys in the ignition and draining the RV's battery. Walt and Jesse finds themselves stuck in the middle of the desert, cold and without food and water. Walter's knowledge of chemistry again saves the day. It's fucking hilarious because Jesse's like, come on, man, you're smart. You can think of a way out of this. Build a robot or take pieces off of the RV and make a doom buggy, and we can doom buggy our way out of here. And then he's like, or make a battery. And then Walt's like, yeah. And then he's telling Jesse get all this shit, and he's like, what are we building? And he's like, a robot. He's like, No, a fucking battery, a robot. Man, like, it's just fucking hilarious, I think.
We got an entire lab right here. All right? How about you take some of these chemicals and mix up some rocket fuel? That way you can just set up a signal flare. Or you make some kind of robot to get us up, or a homing device, or build a new battery, or... Wait, no. What if we just take some stuff off of the RV and build it into something completely different? You know, like a doom buggy. You know, that way we can just doom buggy her. Hey, what is it?
Brake pads. The front wheels should have discs. Take them off and bring them to me.
Brake pads! What are we building?
You said it yourself.
A robot.
A battery. Move!
Yeah, after they build the battery, they try it, and the RV finally starts up. So, yeah, now again, so now they're returned to Albuquerque. Walt and Skyler discover that Walt's cancer is in remission. So he's okay. Now episode 10, it's called Over. Despite the good news about Walt's condition, Walt is unhappy. Like, he's starting to get angry. Skyler decides to throw a party to celebrate the news and thank all of their friends for their support, but Walt gets drunk and then provokes an argument with Hank. He's trying to give shots to Walt Jr., and Hank's like, no more, and then fucking, Walt's like really drunk, and he like gets in Hank's face about it. And now Walt is embarrassed about his behavior and tries to make amends. Walt also tells Jesse the good news and tells him that he is finished with their enterprise. Skyler confides to tell her boss Ted about Walt's condition. Jesse's relationship with Jane continues to grow, but he is taken back when her father Donald drops in to see her, and Jane like plays it off like they don't even know each other. And Jesse kind of acts like a bitch in this scene. Like, I kind of get it in a way, but I'm like who fucking cares, man? It's like, it's only her father, and she said he's a hard ass. Like, who fucking cares? Like, you know what I mean? But anyways, he kind of sucks about it. So Jane does not introduce Jesse as her boyfriend. The ensuing confrontation, so however, like I said, Jesse gets pissed and takes off. However, they make up, and then so now we're on to the next episode called Mandela, episode 11. So after Combo is murdered by a rival gang, Saul proposes a new distribution method for Walt and Jesse's product under stress. Under stress, Jesse tells Jane that that he's an addict and that he wants her to leave so he can use. So Saul then puts Walt in touch with a meth distributor named Gus Fring. This is when we're introduced to Gus Fring, who agrees to purchase Walt's product. However, Gus expresses concern about Jesse's drug problem, which has escalated into heroin now due to Jane's relapse.
Living is a dream when you make it seem enchanted. Lovers take for granted all the world's aglow.
Skylar finds out that Ted has been engaging in tax evasion from the IRS, but due to their past relationship, she decides not to report it. Walt receives a large offer for the short notice delivery of the remainder of their inventory, but at the same time receives a call from Skylar saying that she's in labor now. And Walt just barely pulls off this drug deal because of Jesse was all strung up on heroin and slept right through Walt's phone calls. Yeah, Jesse was on call. So anyways, now on to the next episode called Phoenix. Episode 12. Walt delivers the inventory in time but misses his daughter's birth. Jesse confronts Walt about his share of the payment, but Walt refuses to give him the money because Jesse and his girlfriend will just basically kill themselves by using. So if Jesse gets clean, then Jesse can have his money. Jesse and Jane's addiction is discovered by Jane's dad, Donald, who agrees to give her 1 day to settle her affairs and get clean before going to rehab in an effort to minimize the cost of Walt's upcoming surgery. Walter Jr. sets up a website to gather donations for his father's medical expenses. It is quickly used by Saul as a way to launder Walt's money, so they can be spent without raising suspicion. After discovering Jesse's payday, Jane blackmails Walt into delivering Jesse's share. So later, Walt returns to Jesse and finds Jesse and Jane passed out in bed after doing the rest of their heroin. And then when Walt tries to wake up Jesse, Jane rolls on her back, and if you're supposed to lay on your side if you do like downers like that, heroin or any type of downer like that, Dilaudid or anything like that, you can choke, right? So she's on her back, and then she starts choking on her vomit, and Walt panics, and he's like, it looks like he's going to save her, and then he just stops, and he's watching her choke on her vomit, and he starts tearing up because that'd be horrible, man. You don't even help the girl out, but I think he doesn't want to help her because she knows too much about Walt, right? And she was trying to, she was basically saying that it was blackmail, unless that Walt doesn't give Jesse's money, then she's going to tell everything to the police about Walt, that he's a drug kingpin and all that, right? So basically she knew too much. So I think that's why Walt just let her choke to death on her vomit. Sad though. So yeah, that's how that episode ends. And then now we're on to the last episode, episode 13 called ABQ. And throughout this season, like sort of like the first one, but not really. Like you see only little bits of like of the shit going on. You're like you have no idea what's going on. You see like dead bodies in one episode at the first, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? You think like someone wasted like Walt's whole family, and you see like this like pink teddy bear missing an eye and shit, and like an eyeball floating in the water, and yeah, like I'll get into that in the technical elements, but yeah, it's awesome, man. And so okay, so Jesse just discovers Jane's dead, and he's like trying to perform CPR on her, and she won't revive. So Jesse calls Walt, and he says he'll take care of it. He knows who he'll call. So he calls Saul. You better call Saul. And Saul, who sends a private investigator, cleaner, known as Mike. Oh man, Mike's awesome. I like Mike. So Mike to conceal Jesse's involvement in Jane's death. So Jesse is distraughted and flees. Walt later locates him and cracks him down at like a crack house, like a junkie house, and takes him to rehab. Walt funds are funneled into his son's website. Walt Jr. created a Save Walter White website, and it's got PayPal. And earlier on, Walt's like, I have all this fucking money and I can't spend it. I can't tell my family like how I got this money. So they come up with the idea of funneling the money into this Save Walter White website. It's fucking hilarious. And Walt Jr. is like just loving it. All these donations coming in, but really it's like I don't know how many are actually real, but most of them are just all Walt's money going into it. But anyways, so yeah, with Save Walter White, the tension causes the media to come to their house, and Walt like basically has to be on TV talking about it. And Walt's behavior becomes a problem once again when he accidentally refers to a second cell phone when he's going for like surgery, while under the intentional effects of the anesthesia. So moments before his surgery, yeah, he kind of lets that out of the bag that he has a second cell phone to Skylar. So this promotes Skylar to investigate deeper. So revealing many of Walt's lies, including not taking any money from Gretchen and never visiting his mother, which spurs her to leave him. Jane's father, an air traffic controller, is distraught from his daughter's death and accidentally allows a mid-air collision to occur where two airplanes, 337s, crash into each other. Yeah, and so that's what you see like throughout the whole season. You're like, what the fuck's going on? You only see like at the beginning or near the end of the episode, you'll see like all these dead bodies around Walt's house, or like that teddy bear, that pink teddy bear I was saying that's missing the eye. Like you'll go through that in some of these episodes, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? Did someone slaughter the whole family or some shit? Like but yeah, it was the airplane. The two airplanes collided and blew up all over Albuquerque. So the crash results in debris, including a scorched pink teddy bear and human remains raining down onto the Whites' residence as well as much of the city. And that's how season 2 ends.
Wayfarer 515, Albuquerque Center, Roger, climb and maintain 13,000. Juliet Mike 21, Squawk 4, 201, ident. Here 9 o'clock. Wayfarer 515, do you have that traffic? Wayfarer 515.
And yeah, I really enjoy like if you notice in the season, there's episodes that they focus on certain colors. Like the episode with the pink teddy bear, you'll see Walt wearing a pink shirt, or you'll see like just random things that are pink, and it's like the pink is like the focus point to go to that pink teddy bear, and I just think it's very well done. And yeah, throughout the season, you'll see like different colors like that are like a focal point. Like they'll focus on like the color green, and then they'll focus on the color yellow and whatever. So yeah, I thought that was very well done. Yeah, and it's just like the shots throughout the show, like I mentioned in the last episode, man, it's very well done. Love the cinematography in this. And so we're introduced to a couple new characters. Like well, we already know about like Badger. Fucking don't like Badger, but Skinny Pete and Combo I like, but yeah, he ends up getting shot over a turf war, like selling drugs on different turf, and yeah, yeah, there's yeah, I really enjoy that scene where Walt goes to go get more supplies from the hardwood store when he's trying to fix his flooring in his house, and he comes across like some meth head trying to pick up supplies to make meth. And at first, Walt's like telling him how to do it to get like match heads and don't shop at all one spot. He's like giving this meth head like tips, and so anyways, and then he goes in the parking lot and he's like, stay away from my territory. I thought that was fucking badass. I was like, yeah, fucking Walt, come on, Heisenberg, yeah, buddy. I just thought.
Need to get the big 200 count box of individual matchbooks. More striker strips, you understand? Those only have the one. And don't buy everything in one place. Do it piecemeal. Different items, different stores. Stay out of my territory.
I mean, this scene it's kind of funny when Badger, before he gets busted, he's like on the bench, and yeah, this episode, you better call Saul or whatever, and it's like the kid from like old school, that right skinny, weird looking kid, and yeah, I forget his name, but he's in this, and he's trying to pretend like he's like a undercover cop, and Badger like even called it. He's like nice try, boys. Like you hiding in like a Daisy van, and like come on. He's like what? why don't you try something more original? Like he's like, you know what? I wouldn't be suspecting like you guys rolling in a garbage truck. It's like he's actually being smart for once, but he fucks it all up and sells the guy a teenth of fucking meth. But anyways, yeah, I thought that was kind of funny, just how Badger's going on. I don't really like him that much, but yeah, I thought that was pretty funny, that whole scene.
Do with the 10th?
You're kidding, right? Dude, I so smell bacon.
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, gee, I don't know. How about over there? That brown van? That's yours, right?
What brown van?
Parked all inconspicuous. It's a cop van. Yeah, another one right over there. Duke City Flowers? Come on. Can't you at least be original?
Dude, I just want to get high.
A flower van. You know what you should do? Is a garbage truck. Seriously, and I don't mean to disrespect, but if you put a bunch of cops in the back of a garbage truck, there's no way I'm seriously thinking that there's cops in the back of a garbage truck. It's a freebie, yo. Just think about it. Think about it, boys.
Albuquerque police, you're under arrest. Get on the...
Yeah, and I like, well, you meet Hector Salamanca. Couldn't really care about him, but and Gus Fring, I think he's an interesting character. I like Gus, and yeah, Danny Trios, but he doesn't last long in this show. But his character, like the trio he goes on about, it's pretty cool. I like how he was in this show for like an episode or two. Yeah. Yeah, I recommend this season for sure. Like I said, like this show just gets better and better as you go along each season. I've nah, I do like this season more than the first season, but like not by much because like the first season is good, but it just builds it up, right? It just builds the show up and it's getting into character development and all that. And you do get some good, like really good scenes in the first season, but this one there's more episodes too. So yeah, I mean there's a lot more better scenes I find in this episode or in this season. Yeah, if I had to rate this season, yeah, I'd give it a 9.5. I like it. Yeah, I think it's very well done. All right, so that's my review for Breaking Bad season 2. All right, cheers, everybody. Bye.